Hello viewers and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to solve cubic equations. So follow me, let's solve this cubic equation together. Our problem says x cubed or x raised to the power of 3 minus 5x squared or 5x raised to the power of 2 plus 7x minus 2 is equals to 0. To solve cubic equation, we need to find one of the roots of the equation. Definitely, we must have to find one of the roots of that cubic equation. Let's find the fx, that means the factor, one of the root or factor of this cubic equation, which is x cubed minus 5x squared plus 7x minus 2 to be equals to 0. So we are going to find one of the roots or that independent root or factor that will satisfy this equation. If I said that will satisfy this equation, I mean that factor that when inserted or when plugged into the equation, the result will be 0. So we always start with positive 1. From there, if the equation is not satisfied, we test negative 1. If the equation is not satisfied, we continue testing. But there are some logics as regard testing some different integers. So we are now going to test different integers. So let's test positive 1 and see. So f of 1 will now be, we know that x cubed, 1 cube is 1 minus 1 squared is 1 times 5 is 5 plus 7 times 1 is 7 minus 2. So let's see whether it is equals to 0. So f of 1 is equals to 1 minus 5 is minus 4. Minus 4 plus 7 is 3. 3 minus 2 is 1. So it's 1. That means f of 1 is not equals to f of x. So let's test negative 1. Since positive 1 is not the value that will satisfy, is not one of the factors that will satisfy this equation. So now let's test negative 1. But to test the negative 1, there is another logic or shortcut which I will now show you. To test for negative 1, we need to add between the diagonal terms. If I said diagonal terms, I mean add this, the coefficient, that means, and add this. You add the coefficient of this and this, add the coefficient of this and this, and subtract the result. If the result is 0, that means minus 1 is one of the factors of this cubic equation. So f of negative 1, by the time we add, we know that the coefficient of this is 1. So 1 plus 7 is 8. Then minus 5 minus 2 is minus 7. So f of negative 1 is equals to 8 minus is plus. So 8 plus 7, we can see that is 15. That means f of negative 1 is not equals to f of x. So let's test positive 2. So when we test f of 2 is equals to 2 raised to the power of 3 is 8 minus 2 squared is 4. 4 times 5 is 20 plus 2 times 7 is 14 minus 2. So f of 2 is now equals 8 minus 20 is minus 12. Minus 12 plus 14 is 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. That means f of 2 is now equals to f of x. So we can see that x is now equals to 2. That means 2 is one of the root of this particular cubic equation. So that means x minus 2 is equals to 0. So we know that x minus 2 is one of the factors of this cubic equation. So what we have to do is this. As we earlier know that 2 is one of the factors, so let's bring 2 here. We do it like this. So the coefficient of this is 1. I'll put 1. The coefficient of this is negative 5. The coefficient of this is 7, and I have constant 2. So what I will do next is to bring down this leading coefficient is 1. 2 times 1, the relationship between this and this is now going to be multiplication. So 2 times 1 is 2. We put 2 here. Then we add this. Minus 5 plus 2 is minus 3. Then 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. Then we add them. 7 plus 6. 7 plus minus 6 is the same thing as 7 minus 6 is 1. So 2 times 1 is 2. Minus 2 plus 2 is 0. So it is very important to know that whenever you reach this point and your result here at this particular point is not 0, just go back and trace where the problem lies. So it is assumed that this 1, 2, 3, 4 are the terms that constitute another quadratic equation. So that means the coefficient of the first term in the quadratic equation we are about forming, the coefficient of the first term is 1. That means we are going to have x squared, so minus 3x, this 3, plus 1 because it's positive. This one is because of positive that I put here. Had it been it is negative, you will have seen minus x squared. So to be equals to 0, this 0. So we can see that this is another quadratic equation in which we have to solve quadratically. So let's solve this equation by formula. In solving this equation by formula, we know that the general formula of quadratic equation, x is equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac everything over 2a. And we know that our a is equals to 1, our b is equals to minus 3, and our c is equals to 1. So let's plug in the values. Negative, this is going to be positive 3 because I already have negative here. Plus or minus square root of 3 squared is 9, minus 3 squared is 9, minus 4. A and c are 1, so 4 times 1 times 1 is still 4. So all over 2 times a is 2 times 1 is 2. So x is now going to be 3 plus or minus square root of 5 because 9 minus 4 is 5 all over 2. So by the time we compute of 5, this is what we are going to have. So let me clean here. So that means it's either x is equals to 3 plus 2.24, this divided by 2, or x, let me call this x1, x2 to be equals to 3 minus 2.24 everything over 2. So x1 is now going to, these are two possible values of x1 and x2. So in conclusion, So in conclusion, we can see that x1 is equals to 2.62, x2 is now equals to 0.38, and x3, which is the independent factor, the first factor, we got to be equals to 2. And these are the 3 possible solutions to this particular cubic equation, and this is how this cubic equation is solved. Thank you so much, my viewers. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more exciting content like this and many more. Bye.